Welcome to Never Wrong Sports. My name is Mo, and this is my co-partner Hamid. How you doing today, bud?
Good. How are you?
I'm actually pretty good. I would say that. These series have been very weird, and we're gonna start off with basketball today. Just because it's probably the most important thing going on right now, and I would say that let's start off. We're just gonna go into it. Just no review. We're gonna go into it. Utah versus the Clippers. The Clippers are in a similar scenario, actually the same scenario that they're in last round. And I'm not sure if you watched it. I mean, if you watch the games, I think it's pretty clear that it's two things that is wrong with the team. It's not talent. It's not their ability to shoot, because they do that very well. Maybe their size does give them a little bit of an issue from time to time. Not having a true paint protector does give them some problems. But ultimately, I think it has to do with their really laid back personalities. They're never urgent. They don't feel like they bring a lot of not effort, because they obviously bring an effort, but it doesn't feel like they're putting enough effort. And this is the damn playoffs. They don't play with urgency. I feel like Kawhi shows the most urgency at times. Maybe Marcus Morris, Reggie Jackson, Paul George. I mean, he plays kind of like a laid-back player. I kind of expect more out of him. I mean, they just, and sometimes, and I mean, you can attest to this. You watch the Clippers sometimes for 5 to 6 minute stretches, and you think that they're like unstoppable. Yeah. They really could. Out of all the teams left, if they play at their best all the time, they have the best shot of beating the Nets. And they're down 2-0 to a team that you can make an argument that their best player is not even better than their top two players.
Yeah. Well,
not now.
Prisoner of the moment.
But Donovan Mitchell's playing better than both of them.
Yeah, right, like prisoner of the moment. People are going to be like, "Oh, Donovan Mitchell's better than Paul George." But
yeah, but you can make an argument. You can definitely make an argument that Kawhi and Paul George overall are better, is a better player than Donovan Mitchell.
And the Jazz don't even have Mike Conley.
Right. And here's the thing.
Well, both games have been close. So
they have been both close. But it doesn't matter if you lose both games, really. Yeah.
I still think this series is going to be interesting.
Me too.
I don't think Kawhi Leonard's going to get swept. He's not getting swept. Like I just know he's not going to get swept. I know it's going to go at least 6 games. So
it's a big game. We're recording this a half hour before the Utah Clippers game, and obviously, if Utah wins this game,
it's over.
It's over. Like
nobody's ever come back down 3-0.
And trust me, Utah's not the type of team to come. Utah is, even though their best.
Well, they did last year blow a 3-1 lead,
but their team's better now, I would say.
Yeah.
And one more thing I want to mention, and you can go into it. Even though the Jazz, they don't have a player like Luka, because Luka would obviously be better than Donovan Mitchell, and I think we both agree to that.
Mm-hmm.
It's clear that the Utah Jazz have clearly a better team than the Mavericks.
Yes.
So
Mavericks or Clippers?
What?
You said the Mavericks or the Clippers?
The Mavericks.
Okay.
They have a better team than the Mavericks.
I think the Utah Jazz, top to bottom, have like the best team all around in general out of all the teams in the league, because that's why they have the best record. They have a star. They have 2 stars, right? They have a defensive presence, arguably the best defensive player in the league. It might go down as one of the all-time great defensive players in Rudy Gobert.
Three-time defensive player of the year.
Can't argue with that. They got Bogdanovich. I feel like there's like 5 of them in the league. Bogdanovich.
They have both Bogdanoviches are very good too, and they're making big impacts in the playoffs.
Yeah, Bogdanovich is pretty good. Ingles is good.
Ingles, very good player.
Clarkson is what, 6th man of the year?
6th man of the year. You got
Their
Royce
team
O'Neal,
from
very
top-
good player.
O'Neal, what's his name? O'Neal, right?
Yeah, Royce O'Neal, Derek
Royce-
Favors, good players.
they have a great team top to bottom.
Yeah.
But the problem is when they go up against a team like the Nets, for example, they're so top heavy. Their stars are just they're too much.
And that's the
But
thing.
it's kind of like that with the Clippers. Like I think they have the 2 best players, but I think that's it. I don't think anyone else on the Clippers is better than anyone of the starting 5 I can think of on the Jazz. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't take any of the Clippers players over Donovan other than Kawhi and Paul George, other than over Donovan Mitchell.
Oh, like they have yeah.
Bogdanovich, Ingles, O'Neal, Clarkson, Mike Conley. They are just a very, very good team.
Yeah, they're a good team. Yeah.
Top to bottom. They are just great and they're well coached. So
Yeah.
It's going to be so. Unlike the Dallas Mavericks matchup, where although Kawhi was heavily relied on, the Mavericks team, their other players weren't, other than Luka, weren't necessarily as great as maybe a Rajon Rondo or a Reggie Jackson. You know what I mean? But like,
Reggie Jackson's playing out of his mind right now.
Yeah. But like in this situation, the others for the Jazz are better than the others, I think, for the Clippers. So more than anything, what Kawhi did with against the Mavericks, he's gonna have to do a lot more of that in this series, and I mean a lot more. He might have to drop 50 in one of these games, and he doesn't do stuff like that. He might have to drop 50 against this team, and Paul George is gonna have to drop 30 in a game or two. He's gonna have to, because that team from top to bottom for the Jazz is just really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna just add a couple more things on this. If you were concerned last series for the Clippers, me and Hamid weren't that concerned when they were down 2-0. Like, yeah, I mean, it's a little concerning they're down 2-0 like last series, but you always felt like the Clippers were like significantly better as a team. They'll probably figure it out. If I'm a Clippers fan, I'm 100% more scared for this series that you're down 2-0 than last series.
Yeah.
And I feel like people like last time, like when the Clippers were down 2-0 last series, people were freaking out. This time they're not freaking out because like, oh, they did it before. The Utah Jazz are so much better than the Mavericks. Like it's another level. They're the number 1 seed for a reason.
Yeah, they do need to be worried.
Because if you ask me now, hold on, Hamid, really quick. If you ask me now, Jazz in 6.
Right now,
because 2-0, Hamid, 2-0 is like.
I mean, right now, the way it looks, I see the Jazz maybe making the finals. In all seriousness,
You know what, Hamid? I don't think they can beat the Suns.
You don't think they can beat the Suns?
I think the Suns are more talented than Jazz. Just looking roster-wise, Chris Paul, Devin Booker. We can get into this later, but the Utah Jazz, they are so much better than the Dallas Mavericks. As an overall.
So you're saying if the Suns went up against the Clippers, the Suns would beat the Clippers?
Yes.
And so you think right now the Suns are locked in for the championship?
No, I don't say locked. Never,
Locked
ever say locked in.
Well, they need to win 5 more games technically. I mean,
when you say locked in, the only team that's locked in for me, there's no team actually that's locked in right now. Because you could say whatever you want about the Bucks that struggled, and a lot of people are like kind of they're not really talking about the Bucks winning because it was like some fluke win.
No.
It was 86-83, really close. That series is still not over. It's 2-1. I mean, you never know.
I already said I said Bucks in 6 if Harden doesn't play.
I don't think they're gonna win 4 straight. I don't think they're gonna win 4 straight, but the Jazz, the Jazz, there's a better and people were saying, oh, the Jazz aren't gonna make 23s again. They're the best, I think, other than the Clip. They have made 23s a game the whole year. Why would that change now? Like,
Ingles can shoot threes. Clarkson can. Conley
and if,
can.
and if people
Donovan
say,
Mitchell
and people
can.
who only read that box score are like, oh, they made 23s. That's like, of course, like, yeah, you're gonna win the game in 23s. But they do this every single time. Literally,
Yeah.
the Jazz shoot the lights out the ball. They're gonna take that many threes, and they're gonna make that many threes because that's how good that team is.
I think the Clippers are going to make it interesting, but I think the Jazz will ultimately win the series. All right. And you said the Suns are going to win
Over the Jazz,
over the Jazz. I honestly believe the Jazz with this team from top to bottom. I know who would be the best player in that series? You said Donovan Mitchell's better than Devin, right? And Devin's their best player. So do you think Donovan would be the best player in that series?
no.
No, Chris Paul.
I think Chris Paul's probably the best. Like, you're not going to see from this impact wise. If he plays well, the Suns play well. I've seen times where the Suns haven't. I mean, Devin Booker hasn't played well, and they still win the game. Like,
I mean, we're gonna see how that series goes. I think what's gonna matter in that series is the centers. People are gonna talk about the guards, Devin and Donovan. I think they're gonna keep doing what they do. You know, they're gonna keep cooking. But
who's the backup point guard for the Jazz? Did they just put
Mike Conley?
No, he's a starter. I thought he starts. He definitely starts. Yeah, who's the backup point guard? I know they're just putting Donovan Mitchell at point guard right now to like.
I have no idea.
Do they even have a backup guard that they can rely on?
Oh yeah.
I might be blanking out. I know they have Clarkson, Connolly, Mitchell, but okay. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyways, so I think the Clippers still lose this series because the Jazz from top to bottom are just better, and then the Suns obviously are going to beat Denver. Denver's not winning 4 straight.
No, and Denver's not even close. Like, their team's not as good. They're just not.
Yeah. So if you want to go on to the East.
Actually, one more thing about Utah Clippers, and then I'll move on to the East. I think the only reason why I say Utah in 6 is not because I don't think the Clippers are better than them, because I still do think the Clippers are better than them. I just think they're going to be tired by the time game 5 and 6 hit around. And because you play a 7-game series, you're going to play another 7-game series. And I guess you could say, like, last year, the Denver Nuggets did that and they came back from 3-1. I think the Clippers are going to be tired. And by the time they hit game 5, 6, it's going to be like a Jimmy Butler, like, after game 5, giving it all out in the NBA Finals, and then game 6, the team got smoked. Like, I think the Clippers are going to go down in the final, whatever game that they lose last, they're going to get smoked. Like, they're going to get run out the gym. Like, they're going to lose by 30 points.
Honestly, I look at this Clippers team. Dude, this organization is cursed, man.
Or they have bad culture. They might have a bad culture.
Like, dude, I'm telling you right now, the Clippers need to get out of the Staples Center. Now, go rent a high school gym. Stop associating yourself with the Lakers because it's not working out. Nobody talks about the Clippers.
And they got the new arena.
Bad, man. It's bad, man. Like, it's really, really bad.
They cannot lose. I mean, if they lose to the Jazz,
dude, it's bad. Dude, that's what I'm saying. Do you know how lucky they have to be? You get Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, and then the first thing that comes into your mind, forget about championship. We're finally going to get out of the second round. And they may not do that for the second year in a row. You do know the Clippers have never made it to the conference finals.
I know.
If when Kawhi Leonard and Paul George are on the team, and I told you that the Clippers will not make the conference finals in the next 2 years, you would call me a clown.
I mean, other than if they got hurt,
barring any injuries, but
they're not hurt.
I know, barring any injuries. If I told you they did not get hurt, you would call me a clown.
I would be like, that's just like impossible. That's just like literally impossible. If you told me that they didn't make it to the finals, like, I would be like, maybe if the Lakers are really that good, if they really locked in, but the conference finals, You
once
told me they
again,
lose to
I
the
don't know
Denver
what you do
Nuggets
at
and
this
the
point.
Utah
At this
Jazz.
point, are they moving to the like Inglewood or whatever?
Yeah.
When?
I don't know. I think maybe if not next season, maybe next season.
Clippers new.
All right. Anyway, yeah. So good luck to the Clippers.
Oh, it
good luck.
it's opening in 2024.
Okay. So
And
Kawhi probably
Yeah.
won't even be there. I don't know. I don't know
And
if Kawhi's
it's
gonna
the
be
Forum. That's what they're going to go to the Forum. That
Oh.
the Lakers' old stadium.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's going to be where they won like all the championships, like the early.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Did Shaq win in the Forum or in Staples Center?
I don't know. Probably.
I don't know, but most of their champions, Magic and Kareem, it was that city. That was an iconic city. Dude, they need to stop associating with themselves with the Lakers. You know what? I honestly, I heard something. I was like, this might be interesting. Steve Ballmer, he's got a lot of money. Move this team to Seattle.
I heard that too. I'm not sure who's
better. Seattle, from what I've heard, they love basketball.
Yeah.
And they're still upset over the Supersonics.
But I'm not sure if Kawhi's gonna want to be there.
Seattle's a beautiful city. Seattle's a really beautiful city.
Yeah.
It's a great city. It rains a lot, but it's a great city. So, the Seattle Clippers. I don't know.
Good luck to the Clippers. Good luck to Kawhi.
I don't think this team will ever create a legit fan base.
Bro, there's no way. They're in LA.
They can't. It's not. They don't even have to actually move out of the state. Look at the Warriors. They're in Cali. Look at
honestly, ask Brooklyn how that's working out for them. It's still a Knicks town. I'm sorry to say. I'm gonna sound. I know.
Yeah.
There's every person. If the Knicks are good, look how much more buzz that the Knicks got over the title contending Nets. It's just crazy. It's just the Clippers. The only claim to fame they had was if they won the championship, that maybe people would. But if you're going to lose to the Utah Jazz in the second round, people aren't going to pay attention to you, bro. Anyway, good luck to the Clippers. And last one more thing I'm going to bring up to you. Would you be surprised if the Clippers come back and win the series? Because I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised. I just don't think it happens. I never get surprised when a superstar does something great. So, like, if Kawhi goes off the next 5 games,
yeah.
But it's about Kawhi's.
But if games over, they lose tonight. They lose tonight. It's over. Right? They lose tonight. That's 3-0.
Anything's possible. But
I guess. Yeah. All right. So good luck to the Clippers. Good luck to the Jazz. Atlanta, Philly. Now.
This series, it went from Atlanta has a chance to.
Atlanta has no shot.
Philly's gonna win this in 5. I mean, Joel Embiid is balling out with a slight tear in his meniscus, which supposed to apparently impacts your jumping.
I want to say this really quickly.
He's hitting his jumpers. He's doing everything.
Before you get into that, I just want to talk about I listened to a Tony Allen interview, and he was talking about how he had a torn meniscus and he played the whole season with it. He played the whole season. What?
So it's not that big of a deal.
He's like, it hurts.
Whoa. He's an injury-prone center, so he's taller and there's a lot of weight on his legs.
Right.
So there's an increased risk in tearing it.
Right.
Even more than a Tony Allen who wasn't jumping up as much, wasn't dunking. He wasn't dunking the ball. He wasn't really a scorer. He was the guy that stayed on his feet and played defense. So he wasn't really out there getting boards or anything like that.
But anyway, he said he was able to play with it for a whole year. And eventually there's enough jumps and all that during a season. He's got to jump.
Yeah.
So, the point is, I think Joel, and it was a slight tear in his meniscus, not a full tear in his meniscus. So that's a big difference. And he's balling out. Embiid's balling out.
Yeah.
And he's making Capella look like a below average center. Like, he's not a below average center. He's obviously an above average.
Good. He's just not good enough. He's not good. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, he's not good enough. He's just not. Not many guys are good enough to beat up Joel Embiid. Ben Simmons has been playing very well, I think.
Yeah, he has been. Defensively, they put him on Trey, and it's
Yeah.
not that Trey hasn't gotten his shit because he has, but he slowed him down for sure, I think. And the offense of the 76ers defense is just, they're just really good, and their offense is coming along nicely, and they're doing things. I think they've been really exposing that Trey Young defense, the lack of it, should I say, because he's too small and he's not really, he's not big enough to play defense at all. They're just going to bully him.
Yeah.
And at this point, I would be shocked if this goes more than 6. If this goes 7, it would shock me. Atlanta might win a game just because they're really good offensively.
Yeah.
But good for Philly for after game 1 disaster. Like the second half on, like from that second half on from the game 1, they've really just dominated the Hawks, and they're clearly the better team. Clearly, like
they are. I mean, it's not a surprise, no.
Yeah, no, it's not.
And I just want to talk about the Nets, man. I want to talk about the Nets.
Atlanta.
Look. Nobody in their right mind thought Atlanta was winning this series.
I think if
Joel
Embiid was actually
seriously impacted, if he was seriously hurt, I said they got a chance. He's not seriously impacted.
And let's just go. Actually, before you go into Brooklyn, Milwaukee, because we want to save that for last. Let's just talk about quickly. Phoenix, Denver, and we're gonna say this really quickly. Me and Hamid were both correct on the fact.
I'm surprised. I thought right now it would be 2-1. I thought right now the series Denver.
But you did have Phoenix moving on.
Actually, I think I said if Michael Porter Jr. if all these other pieces are working, I thought they had a chance. I really did. At least a fighting chance.
Right.
I'm actually like, I'm surprised. I was way off.
Right.
I didn't know, like, this series looks like it's gonna be a sweep. Forget 5 games, might be a sweep. And Jokic is doing his thing. Jokic had 30 points, 20 boards, 10 dimes, and lost.
There's nothing that he can do. This team is clearly, the Suns are. This is why I think the Suns are going to beat the Jazz just really quickly if they played, or the Clippers. They have Mikal Bridges is super underrated. Great defender, and he's being able to create his own shot a little bit. He kind of reminds me of a little bit better version of DeAndre Hunter. How can you not love Chris Paul, Devin Booker? DeAndre Ayton this is his coming out party. Everybody was pooping on the Phoenix Suns for taking DeAndre instead of Luka, and you know what? They were right, but it's not like DeAndre Ayton is nothing.
No, they weren't. Stop.
What?
They weren't right.
No, they were right. No, they were right. No. Not that the Suns were right for taking. I'm saying people are right that they didn't take Luka.
Yeah. So like
that's what I'm saying. Not like they were right to not take Luka. Obviously.
Yeah, I'm sure they're happy with him. They're gonna regret it. I'm telling you right now, they will. Luka Doncic.
If they won a championship, hypothetically, if they won a championship this year, do you think they were going to regret the DeAndre Ayton thing? I don't think they will.
No. You're right. No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't, because they haven't been to the playoffs in over a decade.
Yeah.
So no, they wouldn't. But they're not winning a championship.
But yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, if they
honestly,
years,
at this point, we're having these debates, and it's honestly like who's gonna go up against the damn Nets in the finals.
Yeah, that's true too. It's good, but we know that the Suns are in the conference finals at the least, because there's no way Denver's coming back. So, and the reason, and I just think that going back to why I think the Suns can beat the Jazz.
I want to say one thing, because I know you think this. I don't even, if AD doesn't get hurt, we already talked about this. Momentum was on the Lakers side.
Yeah.
Won 2 straight, and we're up by 10 before AD got hurt.
Yeah.
In game 4. If he doesn't get hurt, they're up 3-1.
Yeah.
So it's like well,
let's relax
on the Suns team, because the Suns team, they lost to a LeBron that wasn't 100%, a AD that was not in the lineup. And then they go up against Denver without their starting point guard.
Okay,
Jamal Murray.
That's not their fault.
Oh,
But
of course
still,
not. But
I mean,
like,
but there's the thing. This is the thing. They're not barely beating these. Like when the Lakers lost AD, when it was 2-2, the next two games, Hamid, what happened? The Suns blew them out of the water. What are the Suns doing to the Nuggets right now? They're blowing them out of the water. It's like not even close. Like if you think what the Nets are doing to the Bucks is bad, the things that the Phoenix Suns are doing to the Nuggets, it's worse. They're smacking them in every game. It's not even close. It's not even a little close.
I wouldn't say it's worse. It's not worse. I think the Bucks losing by 50.
But that's one game. The Suns have let's pull out. I want to pull out the Suns games. The Suns, what's it called? Games really quickly. But it's over a stretch of 3 games, Hamid. Like that is crazy. That is just bonkers how much they're smacking them by. And this 116-102, it wasn't even that close. 122-105, 123-98, 116-102. 3 straight games, they smoked them.
Yeah.
And that's why I just think Utah's really good. And again, I wouldn't be shocked if they beat Phoenix or if the Clippers beat Phoenix. I just think Phoenix is the best team in the West. That's it. I don't think that's like a crazy statement. I feel like you watch them play and you see their players. They have a really deep team like Utah, and I think their top players are better than Utah's top players, and that's why I think Phoenix is better. That's it. I think Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and DeAndre Ayton are better than Mitchell, Gobert, and whoever their third best, but Clarkson, Connolly, whoever their third best players. I think Phoenix, because they're a deep team like Utah, that it's going to come down to top level talent. And
are they a deep team though?
Yes. Phoenix. Yes, they're a deep team. They have Cam Johnson coming off the bench.
Cameron Johnson's not that good.
He's good. He's a good player. Torrey Craig's a good player.
He's decent.
He's but for bench players, Hamid, these are bench players.
Mediocre.
Cameron Payne is
They've got a good starting 5, but Kaminsky's trash. Saric is trash. Craig is trash. Johnson's trash.
Cam Johnson is not trash. Cam Johnson and Torrey Craig are not trash.
Cameron Johnson's booty cheeks, okay?
Cameron Johnson is not booty cheeks. I don't know where you're getting this from.
And Cameron Payne is pretty trash. Let's not act like he wasn't in a different country.
He was, but he's good now. He's good now. That's all that matters. Okay, let's just get into Milwaukee, Brooklyn. Let's just
wait. Cameron Johnson. I want to see what he's doing out here.
He's playing well.
Man, dude, he's shooting
40% from 3.
No, he's shooting 35% from the
This
field.
was this year, but in the playoffs
40% from 3, but he's shooting 36% from the field.
He's not much of he really just shoots 3s.
Decent, man. He's not Joe.
He's a good bench player.
Look. When times get tough, Chris Paul will tear an ACL. I'm just saying.
Okay, well, if that happens, then yeah, they have no shot.
Chris Paul will tear an ACL, and then and then Devin Booker is going to look lost again because that's what he was without Chris Paul.
That would be such a disaster. That would be Chris Paul's luck to just tear his ACL and
And you know what?
Game 4, they're blowing him up by 30. Next game, they're blowing him up by 30. And it's the last possession before they check him out, and he just goes up for a layup, lands awkwardly, tears his ACL this season over. That would be like Chris Paul. Chris Paul's had some bad luck. I'm not gonna lie.
We'll see.
All right, Milwaukee, Brooklyn. So we watched the first game in Brooklyn. We were like, oh, the Bucks shouldn't be too worried. I think they were just rusty. That's what it looked like. They were rusty. No, they just sucked because the second game they got.
No, they sucked. Stop.
They sucked.
I don't know. We haven't made a video, I don't think, in a while. Yeah. So I'm listening to these media guys. I'm listening to a lot of media guys, and they're saying this is more Nets than Bucks. Are you high?
No, the Bucks suck. The Bucks cannot shoot the 3.
What are you watching? They're first of all, okay. Let me put this in context. when the Nets are blowing a team out without James Harden, and your two guys are getting their regular great numbers, KD getting 30 and Kyrie getting 25, which was what they were doing the first two games. It wasn't like KD dropped 50, right? And they're blowing them out. It's not even close.
And
It's
the
not
Bucks,
even close.
talent-wise, are a good team.
Yeah, it's not even close.
Yeah.
And they're blowing them out. And KD and Kyrie, although they're putting up great numbers, it's their regular great numbers. It's not like they've tried to make up for what James Harden would have scored. You know, they're just giving it to everyone else. So this idea that this was more Nets and how great KD is. KD's great, Kyrie's great, but Chris Middleton's been shooting like garbage, not counting game 3. Game 1 and 2, he was shooting like garbage. Drew Holiday hasn't done anything special. He's not getting. I'm looking for him to give me 20.
Me too.
You know, like Brook Lopez wasn't doing anything. He wasn't doing anything special. Who's their other big guy? I forgot his name. Oh man, they have another guy Bobby Portis. I thought it would have a bit more impact because he's actually had a better season than Brook Lopez. I thought.
Not defensive, offensive.
Not defensive. No, they both haven't they haven't done anything.
No.
None of them have done anything special. Giannis, and here's the thing about this series. Drew didn't have the greatest game in game 3, right?
He had an awful game. But he made the shot. He made the shot to basically win the game.
Yeah. And Giannis did not look spectacular in my opinion. Giannis in that game, he was shooting some shots. I was like, yo, what are you doing? He tried doing ball handling skills in the top of the key, and they weren't fooling anyone. They wouldn't have fooled me, Mo.
No.
They wouldn't have fooled me. Like, this guy's ball handling skills. Like, what are you doing? Dude, just go into the paint, bully, be strong. So.
You want to hear a crazy stat really quickly?
Yeah.
Kevin Durant and Giannis Antetokounmpo took the same amount of 3-pointers. Attempted the same amount of 3. That can't happen. And that's not because KD didn't take a lot of shots. He took 8 threes.
No, it's because Giannis is an idiot.
Giannis cannot take 8 threes.
Well, here's the thing. I'm fine with Giannis taking them if he can make them. If he can make a third of them, I'm fine with that.
That's what I say. 3 or 4 threes attempt. That's all we want Giannis to take. That's the most. He can't attempt 8 shots. Those are just wasted possessions. Because we know Giannis is not going to knock down 5 out of the 8 threes. We know that.
Well, I'm not saying 5. I know he can make 3 out of those 8. I'll take 3 out of 8.
He's not that type of guy.
Yeah, he didn't. He didn't, but if he did, I'm not mad at that. That's like 30.
Oh yeah, but he didn't make them, dude. And the thing is, that's not his game. His game is
no. The problem with him is I'm concerned with Giannis because in 2016, this man shot, I believe, 77% from the line. In 2017, shot 76% from the line.
Mm-hmm.
In 2018, he shot 73% from the line.
Mm-hmm.
2019, he went down to 63% from the line. And then this year, he went back up to 68.
And in the playoffs, he's been
why? Why is your how does that happen? How does your free throw percentage go that low? What's going on? I need to know. How do you go from being a 77% free throw shooter, which is pretty good, to shooting at 1.63%? That can't happen. This is the problem. That can't happen. If he can bring confidence in himself to make those layups, he's gonna be more confident to drive in.
Yeah.
I remember a couple years ago when he went up against Boston. This motherfucker didn't shoot a single shot. Didn't shoot a shot.
He got a jumper.
He wasn't shooting. You know what he did? Just drove in every single time, got fouled. Couldn't stop him. Aaron Baines couldn't stop him. I'm talking about the Boston series a couple years ago. Aaron Baines couldn't stop him. Daniel Tice couldn't stop him. All he did was drive in. He either made it and won, or he got fouled. Then he went to the free throw line and made most of his free throws. He needs to start. He doesn't need to work on anything else. In all seriousness, if I was him right now, I would go to the gym and shoot like 100 free throws. like 100, and I want someone there to train me how to make these free throws again. Because the moment he starts making those free throws, it's over.
And
Because
Hamid,
you can't guard him in the paint. He's too weak. He's too skinny.
yeah.
Clarkson too skinny. And then that means you're gonna have to, and then that means you're gonna have to put DeAndre Jordan in, which is a liability offense.
That's not good.
So
Hamid, and here's the thing. Giannis, like, okay, I forgot my train of thought there. But yeah, you got a good point. Here's what I was saying. I'll give him credit for this. When the game was on the line, he drove to the left. Blake Griffin was there.
Yeah.
Hacked him. Completely hacked him.
That was a foul. In any era of NBA, that should be a blown whistle. I don't care.
Like just whacks his arm.
I get aggressiveness, but when someone hits you in the hand like that and you're driving it, that's a foul. I don't want to hear. Oh, you can't be soft. No, that's a foul. He got hit.
Who was saying? I'm not. Someone said it over the pop. I think it was Stan Van Gundy. Who's the guy? Is it Stan? Stan Van Gundy's the announcer, right? Jeff is the or who is it? Jeff is the announcer. Jeff is the announcer. He said, "You're punished in this league if you're strong. You're rewarded if you're fast and you're small," which is so true. It is so true. If you're Trae Young, or if you're James Harden, or if you're Chris Paul, James Harden's not that short.
James Harden's pretty strong though.
But going into the paint, going into the paint against 7 foot, Giannis gets smacked by a guy who's 2 or 3 inches shorter than him, and they don't call it because they just think that
it was a foul. It was a foul. Did they score on that? Did they score on that drive possession after?
I think so. And
okay, so it was all good because I don't know if Giannis would have made those free throws.
And the ball hit off Giannis when the ball was going out of bounds. And you know why they didn't review it?
Because it was a foul.
Because there was a foul. They were like, we probably blew that call.
It was a foul, and I didn't hear any Nets fans complaining because it was a foul. He got hacked straight up.
But again,
making his free throws.
Let's be honest. That game, that 86-83, that won't unless I will be more than shocked. I will come on the podcast naked next time if the game is like 86-83 ever again. Both teams were horrible. The Milwaukee Bucks just sucked a little less. That was what happened at the end of the game.
KD didn't shoot well at all. 8 of 24.
Right.
Until he made those 3 straight shots.
Bruce Brown thought he was the second coming of Michael Jordan for a couple possessions. Yeah.
I didn't like in that last play with 2 seconds left, they decided to give it to KD. I thought they should have given it to Kyrie.
Why?
Because Kyrie can make that shot, and I truly believe that everyone on that Bucks team was not thinking about Kyrie.
But I think this is the thing when it comes to basketball, when you're in rhythm, like KD was nailing shots, like he was like 3 of his last 4, right?
Yeah, but Kyrie got that clutch shooting.
I know, but Kyrie was not even part of the offense really in the last 5 minutes.
But here's the thing. I know it's about rhythm, but you have to understand, like, okay, you got 2 seconds left. You can't really run a play. It's really like almost a catch and shoot type thing.
Yeah.
The moment KD touches this ball, he's gonna have
jacking it up.
Him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why wouldn't you give it to Kyrie in the corner and have him do his thing 1-on-1 with a guy? You know what I mean? Like
2 seconds though.
Yeah. It was 2 seconds, but I'd rather have Kyrie shoot a shot on one guy than KD try to. I know he's 7.
Oh yeah, me too.
There's 3 guys on you, man.
Yeah.
There's like 3 guys. Hell, what would have been real smart? I thought it would have been smart if Steve Nash finessed them and had Joe Harris take the last shot.
That would have been crazy.
Because
I'm not sure Kevin Durant would have liked that though. I know it's
Kevin Durant got to be smart and realize with 2 seconds left, you're not going to be able to get the ball and
they almost
yourself. You don't have the time.
Did KD just jack it up the moment he caught it?
Yeah, he jacked it up.
Okay,
he jacked it up and almost made it. But
I'm not sure if he took like a step or two. But I thought the Bucks were gonna foul him. But I'm sure that the moment you catch it, because they're up by 3. If you foul,
by 2.
No, they're up by 3. They won 86-83.
Are you sure?
Yeah. So I thought they were gonna foul him. So if they sent him to
I wouldn't have, because what if he shoots while they?
That's why I think if he winds up like that, you let him go, you just contest. But if it was 5 seconds left to go, I foul with 3 seconds to go. And I said,
Respect to Bruce Brown. This man looked at it. He looked in the left corner and saw the 2-time Finals MVP, and looked into the right corner and saw a guy that hit a game-winning shot in a Game 7 of the NBA Finals, and said, "Nah, I got this."
Yeah, he thinks, man. That was like when Jeremy Lin called off Kobe.
Yeah, but Jeremy Lin made it, and if he had missed it, he would have gotten jumped in the locker room.
He would have been cut the next day. Kobe would have cut him. Oh my God. They were like this. He probably I don't even know who the coach was at the time. He probably would have went up to
Tony, maybe I don't know, but
it's either he gets DMPs, never plays again. What are you doing?
That's a risky play. That was a risky play by Jeremy Lin.
Yeah. All right. We go with basketball.
Oh well, one more thing.
Yeah.
So our friend, our good old friend Stephen A. Hear what he said about Donovan?
Donovan, that he said something dumb. I forgot what it was.
He said Donovan Mitchell is already better than Karl Malone and John Stock. He's the greatest player in Jazz history. What are your thoughts on that?
That's just why. No, he's not better. I don't want to give this too much light. He's not better than Karl Malone or John Stockton.
Nah, do it for the clickbait. That's gonna be our title. Stephen A is a dumbass.
So dumb.
Get the shoes.
Why you got to be that stupid? Like,
dude,
I'm not saying he doesn't have the potential to be the best Utah Jazz player, because he probably does, but he's not the best Utah Jazz player of all time.
I used to enjoy Stephen A. I'm gonna tell you right now, I honestly think he has less basketball credibility than us two.
Dude, he's
all, you're right. I don't know. Maybe off the camera, he's actually like very intellectual.
Yeah.
But this guy, man.
No, it's really a shame that people like that just get paid because they have this loud voice and they're just like they have this character.
I'm gonna say this. It might sound messed up. He's a loud black man. You can't fire someone like that in 2021.
That's true. I mean, you can't fire him because
you can't fire a loud black man.
No, because that's not even about that. It's about the rating.
It is honestly. It is. It is. It really is. He uses his skin color against other people, and how he always brings up how I was like the 20th black general sports analyst in American history.
Mm-hmm.
He says like stuff like that. Dude, you can't fire a guy like that. You're gonna get a lot of heat, especially ESPN, who's all political.
He also does talk about race a lot.
Yes,
he brings race in a lot.
You can't fire a guy like that. You can't.
And unfortunately, I mean, some of the things he does say is true. I'll give him that.
But it also
a lot of the things that he says is extremely fabricated. Like he was like, "Oh, why a black guy would never get a Steve Nash job?" As Tyronn Lue takes the Clippers job.
Well, Tyronn Lue was an assistant.
Okay.
But I get what your point is. I get
like
a perfect example would have been Doc Rivers.
Doc Rivers too, but Doc Rivers was a championship coach, but he's not really.
No. Doc Rivers got his first job as the Magic head coach.
Oh,
he didn't have any experience.
But he didn't get a job like this, the Brooklyn Nets job. Like I just don't think that's what it was. Literally, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving picked the coach.
Or when the Trailblazers. That's the thing. If Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving want you as a head coach.
Yeah, dude, it's racist.
Because the GM is gonna look at KD and Kyrie and be like, I like Steve Nash, but we need a black coach. We need a black coach. KD's gonna slap you up. No, get me the coach I want.
Yeah,
you're not gonna listen.
Why is that never brought up? They literally asked for him. I've seen like skits with. They ask for him. They ask for him. Steve Nash. What is the problem with that? Why is that going to be a race thing? You just want it to be a race thing.
The Trailblazers want Mike D'Antoni.
Hold on. Just he tries to do that stuff because he wants to be controversial. He wants to make this character thing bigger deal. Like, no, it's not racism. You know why it's not racism? Because they asked him for the coach, and they're both black guys that play for the team. You are not going to listen to the players on your team and who they're going to play, who would they want as their coach? Like, what is that about? I'm all for like giving people I'm a minority myself. Dude, I'm all for that, but you're just throwing it in people's face because you're trying to make money yourself. Don't even try to convince me otherwise, because that's so wrong. Because he knows the true story. If he knows that, like, if everyone knows, most people know the true story. Everybody knows that Steve Nash got that job because Kyrie and KD said they wanted him as a coach.
They vouched for him. They like him.
Okay.
Yeah,
And they're like, oh, look at
if
this.
I'm a GM, if I'm a GM and my star player says I want this guy, what do? No, he's not black.
I would like for him to. He's never going to see this, but I would love for him to respond to what I just said. What would he have to say about what I just said? Nothing, because it's the truth. It's the truth, and there's nothing you could say about that. It just pisses me off.
And then the whole thing about Mike D'Antoni being potentially going to the Trailblazers. Stephen A. said once again brings up, why don't we bring in a new coach, a black coach? It's like, the problem is he thinks that teams are willing to be the guinea pig for a new coach, like to be the ones to test out a new coach. It's not easy. Like, you think Damian Lillard wants to test things out with a new head coach, a new black coach that's never been around?
No.
Or would Mike D'Antoni, who's a little bit better than Terry Stotts? Stephen A. thinks like these black players, they're willing to take a gamble and bring in this new black coach who has no coaching experience.
Oh, they're like, he always brings up Mark Jackson, and I think Mark Jackson deserves a job too, and that's the only coach I will vouch for.
Well, Mark Jackson, I think, got blackballed because he's a heavy Christian, and like it was something about like the LGBT whatever situation. I don't know.
Whatever that situation is, I think he deserves a shot to be he's a good NBA coach. But look at what's the Warriors. And yes, Steve Kerr. Yes, he got a year. Yes, he did get a better team technically. I mean, not with that. With before KD,
he inherited a great team, but he did a great job coaching that team.
He did.
Let's not throw that away. Like,
and Steve Nash is doing a great job too. And it's not just the players that are playing really well. Look at all the role players that are playing so well too.
Yeah, that's fair too. Because you can't like the media and the fans can't say, oh, KD, Kyrie, and Harden won't work because of their egos. And then they start working together and things are clicking, and not bring up Steve Nash. Steve Nash obviously communicated things with them. He was the one who probably discussed with Mike D'Antoni. It was like, hey, let's put Harden in the start of the second quarter. Like it's stuff like that. And it's all worked. So he deserves credit.
And this too, I mean, there's different types of coaches for different types of situations. Like, there's good coaches. Like, for the Knicks, they needed a coach that can bring a culture. That Tom Thibodeau's a guy for the job. You talk about your coach, Brad Stevens, your ex-coach now. You talk about how we talked about how he's a floor raiser, but he can only get you to a certain point before your star play. There's certain coaches. Like, look at Steve Kerr, for example. He's a coach that's a championship type. Like, you bring in big stars, and he'll be able to handle them.
Yeah,
but
if
you bring in like a bad team for him, he can't really floor raise them. There's certain sorts of teams, like you see, like the Warriors last year, like they're a bad team. He's not going to make them better. He doesn't make them better. But if you have really good players, he makes that team work. I mean, there's coaches like that. There's
and then there's some all-time greats like Greg Popovich, who, regardless of what he has, he'll make the most out of it.
Right. And those are the once in the generation type coaches. Phil Jackson is a great example of a coach that was given an opportunity to coach Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. They also get given an opportunity to coach Kobe and Shaq. And the moment, I'm sure if we gave him a terrible situation and he wasn't the coach of the Knicks, but he was an executive for the Knicks.
Well, to be fair, the Bulls were really not. They couldn't get it done until Phil got there.
Right, kind of like the scheme.
And same thing with Shaq and Kobe. Shaq was on the team since like 1996, until 99, until You
But he
know,
has the stars. I mean, he has like the player.
yeah, he has the stars,
Yeah,
and the stars needed him too in a way.
right. No, you're right, and I think
Yeah.
we're both agree on this, like that point. Like, there's certain coaches for certain situations.
Yeah.
Terry Stotts, he needed to be fired because he first of all, yes, Dame vouched for him, but I feel like he hit a point where he just didn't feel like the coaching was good enough this year. I mean,
I'm looking up a tweet because I think Damian Lillard tweeted something last night about this, not about the coaching situation, but 20 hours ago he just tweeted SMFH after Denver lost again. That has to be frustrations. Like, damn, we're not that good. Like, that team that's about to get swept by the Suns.
yeah. By the way, Jazz are up 8-0 right now in the first quarter. It's not even a minute and 15 into the game, and they're up 8-0. So come on, Clippers. Let's start. Let's see if you guys got some fight.
Ingles got 6 points.
That's crazy. But yeah, good luck to the. And again, Hamid brought this up about the Stephen A. point. I don't like talking about these types of people because they're not real sports people. I love listening to Kevin O'Connor. Kevin O'Connor's a great guy to listen to.
Well, we can't. Well, you know what? We can't say they're not real sports people because you know what they'll say? Oh, I've been doing this longer than you have.
They're not here to talk to me. They're not here to talk to me, and I can prove. And they know that you're gonna. These points that they bring up, I mean, they're not like sophisticated sports points. They're
not. They're not. No, they're not. No, like they're. I wouldn't say we're the smartest when it comes to basketball, like basketball on court stuff. No, I honestly don't think their basketball knowledge, like of the game, is better than ours. And you're 22 and I'm 20, and Stephen A.
That's what I'm saying. Listen to
50 and he's been covering the sport for like 3 decades.
It really is incredible, and it's either they know their sports, but they just need to adjust it for the audience, or they're just dumb.
No, they're not. I don't think he's dumb. I think Stephen A., if he wanted to, he could learn, but that doesn't get views.
No, it doesn't.
He doesn't get views. The reality is with sports, you got to appeal to the casual.
And he's just going to yell at you, and he's very hard-headed too. He'll never.
You see what he does to Max? Every single time Max makes an argument in basketball, wrong, you're not qualified. Dude, Max is more right than you, in my opinion, when it comes to basketball. I think football, some of his takes are pretty bad.
Well, you're only thinking about the one that we know, but like, that's a terrible take. But again, just Stephen A. is not even as bad as Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless is the worst person I've ever.
I think Skip now is just known as a professional hater.
No, he is, and he knows that. And literally, if you hear the conversation, he's just any player hates on.
Doesn't praise LeBron. Never. LeBron could drop 50. Where was he in the minute and 23rd second of the fourth quarter? Didn't make that layup. Oh, Jordan would have made that.
Like, that's such a stupid argument. Okay, let's just move on. I'm done talking about that. We're gonna get into football now. Something we haven't got into this channel.
Okay.
And well, you knew it was coming. So Julio has been traded. Hamid was hoping he would be a New England Patriot.
No.
Yes, you did. You want him to be on the Patriots.
I don't care. I mean, respectfully.
Another player that Ryan Tannehill can overthrow the ball to.
Ryan Tannehill's better than Cam Newton.
Yeah, that's true.
If I'm Julio Jones, I'm celebrating. I don't get a catch presser from that dumbass. Cam Newton. Wow. Cam Newton can't throw a football. I throw a football better than Cam. But anyways.
So what do you think now with Tennessee? Do you think this makes them a better team?
Well, I'm looking at it from the Patriots' perspective. I was like, damn, we might not make the playoffs again.
But you're getting a lot of players back. I'll say that.
Who? Name them.
Dante Hightower's coming back.
Oh my God! They always bring that guy up like he's Chandler freaking Jones or like Khalil Mack. He's a good he's a good linebacker. He's a good linebacker. He's almost like a leader for our defense.
That's big.
That's not that big. Stop.
You just said the leader of your defense.
He's almost like that. You know, like
How about the
he makes
McCourty
big
twin?
plays. I think he can get you one more win ultimately in a season. If he was here, if he was on the team last year, the team goes 7-9.
How about the McCourty team or the player? Who's that McCourty? Was it Devin? Or is it
Jason's gone. Jason's gone.
Yeah, Devin. Devin's a good player.
Dude, but the problem is these guys are old. Devin is in his 30s.
Yeah.
Stephon Gilmore might have passed his prime now. Because with the injuries, you know, who knows? I hope not. I'm fingers crossed. I hope not.
Yeah.
But this is his last year. I'm excited about Kyle Duggar. You know, he was a D2 safety.
Yeah.
D2 safety from last year. He had he did pretty good. People were talking about, well, when Patrick Chung comes back. Patrick Chung was going to get suspended for his cocaine possession. He got arrested for it.
Does the McCourty kid play corner or safety?
Safety.
Okay. So then, yeah. Okay. I mean, we'll get to your Patriots another day, but I think your team. I don't think your team is as bad as you think it is.
Our team isn't great enough.
No, you're not going to win the Super Bowl.
No,
but you're going to be
frustrating because I'm used to winning Super Bowls.
Okay, so then stay frustrated. Okay, because welcome to the reality, buddy.
Because
welcome to the reality.
Look, they're not better than the Bills, right?
No, they're not.
They might not be better than Miami. They won 10 games last year.
It's going to be close, but I think Miami's probably better.
Okay.
They're better than the Jets.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for telling me that we're better than the Jets.
They're better than the Steelers.
Are they?
Yes.
Are they?
Yes. Yes. They're better than the Steelers.
Well, they're not better than Roethlisberger. Well,
they're not better than the Browns or Ravens.
Okay, so I just named 4 teams.
They're better than the Bengals. I'm going through the whole AFC right now.
Yes.
Are they better than the Colts? Tough.
Yeah, no. They're not better than the Colts.
Well, we'll see. Are they better than they're better than the Jaguars, I think.
They're not even that Colts defense.
Yeah, it's sick.
It's lethal. Their offensive line might be in the league, and they got Carson Wentz, who's now highly underrated.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, I believe that too. I think he gets a lot of hate, but
the Colts they're a lot better. Unless Cam Newton can give me MVP, Cam, I don't believe.
Titans
are better. Titans are better.
Titans and Colts are better. Houston and Jacksonville are not.
No, so we have 6 teams that I think are as of right now might be better. Maybe Dolphins.
Did we say 16? Did we say 6 teams already?
6 that I think
you
are
said
better.
6?
6 that are better. The Bills, Dolphins, Browns.
No, we don't say. We're not gonna say the Dolphins.
Okay, fine. Bills, Browns, Ravens, Colts, and Titans.
Kansas City.
Okay. Chargers?
No.
You don't think the Chargers?
You got to see more out of the Chargers. You got to see.
Okay, so
I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the Chargers are good, but I'm not going to say.
Might be the 7th best team.
Hey man, you get in. You get in. Doesn't matter how you get in.
Our receiving core is doo-doo, man.
So you think? So how much better?
Tony Michel apparently has bad character issues. Apparently, from what I'm reading. So Sony Michel, so he might not be on the team after next year.
Okay. That's enough Patriots stuff for now. Okay, we get it. You're frustrated because you're not going to win the Super Bowl. Sorry.
I'm more frustrated that we let go of Tom, who's going to potentially win another. Potentially. So let's go into this Julio thing, Hamid. Come on, I'm trying to get you focused here. I don't give a damn about Julio. I don't care. That man's old and rusty. Okay, that's just wrong. Julio Jones, how much does that affect Julio Jones? How much does it affect the Titans in general? Effect? Yes. Well, it's going to be a positive impact because he's not. Well, here's the thing. You don't have to worry about him being a diva wide receiver. Like, you know how they talk about Antonio Brown and OBJ when they move to their teams. Julio's not that type of guy. So you're going to get a guy that's going to be ready to work. Right. So, and AJ Brown, he's like fanboying hard. It's kind of becoming unprofessional. It's a little weird. Kind of become gay. But okay. Nothing. Hey, we're gonna say this now. Nothing wrong with gay people. We like gay people. It's just a little gay, you know. It's just, yeah. We like gay people. We like gay people. We like gay. We like gay people. We like gay people. We like gay people. Aaron Rodgers. But we're not gay. But okay. We're not gay. We're not gay. All right. Aaron Rodgers. Bitch. This is a weird situation. Aaron Rodgers is soft as Charmin, honestly, at this point.
He's what?
He's so soft, man. Oh my, I
Oh,
don't
by the
like
way,
my boss.
a
I don't
disclaimer
like my
before Hamid
boss. I
goes
don't
off.
like. Shut up, man. I don't care. I
Hamid
don't
does
care that
not
you
like
like.
Aaron Rodgers, by the way.
I respect his game. I respect his game. He is a.
So do you respect Patrick
What?
Mahomes more than you respect Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, I mean Patrick Mahomes hasn't done anything to annoy me.
Okay, but you don't like Patrick Mahomes. You just don't like Patrick Mahomes because people think he's better than.
I don't. I like Patrick Mahomes. I don't. I actually love. I like my Patrick Mahomes. He's a stud on the field.
Yeah, he's
How can
disgusting.
you not like? And he's a class act.
Yeah.
I just don't like this narrative that he's all of a sudden in the GOAT discussion.
Whoever okay, again, whoever says that's stupid.
Am I wrong? Was that not like the narrative? Like
That's like the mainstream media narrative. That's just wrong though. That's just everybody knows that's not true. Like
one's got 7 rings.
what does even if he won that Super Bowl, if he had 2 Super Bowls to 6, it's not even close. And he's 25. Like God.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, nobody's the GOAT until they pass Tom Brady in rings.
No,
that's what they did.
Don't do that because you say that LeBron's better than Michael Jordan. LeBron has
no. I'm talking about football. I'm talking about basketball. I'm talking about football. You know why?
That's not fair.
Oh no. It is fair.
Because I mean, that's not.
It is fair. It is fair. It is fair. It is fair because it's hard to win 7 rings, and you got to earn the GOAT conversation, and you got to actually win those rings to be compared to a guy who's won 7 rings. And you know why I bring this up? Because when Brady tied Joe Montana with 4, people were still saying Montana over Brady. They were still saying, even though statistically Brady had already surpassed Montana.
Well, yeah, I mean, statistically,
get me the rings. I don't want to hear anything about Mahomes until he gets 8.
Statistically, no, if he gets to 7.
No.
Why? Hold on. If he gets to 7, why is he not as good as Tom Brady? How about as good as Tom Brady? Why is he not as good as Tom Brady? Hold on.
Was Tom considered as good as Joe Montana?
I said that he was the best player in the world when he.
I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about in general.
He should. Don't give that narrative because of.
Yeah, no. Tom had to come back down 25 in a Super Bowl to claim to get that title. And Mahomes, who is 0-2 now in the postseason to Tom Brady. Brady has denied this man 2 rings, basically 2. So I don't want to hear anything about Mahomes being the GOAT. Get. You know what? Fine. Tie Tom Brady in rings. I like to see you try. Go ahead.
He's not doing it. Let's be honest. That's not happening. We know that's not happening.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
If he tries it, I would be. I'm sorry to say. I mean, your Tom Brady debate is probably it's over. Like, I'm sorry. If he gets 7 and he's as good as he is now,
he's not going to.
He's not.
I've seen this with Aaron Rodgers.
Hypothetically.
You remember with Aaron Rodgers? He doesn't have the coach. He doesn't have Bill Bell. He doesn't have the defense. He doesn't have this. He doesn't have that. Brady goes to Tampa Bay and eats his ass.
Well, okay. That's okay. Aaron Rodgers, we're not going to talk about because I think Aaron Rodgers is.
Well, we're talking about Aaron Rodgers.
We are talking about Aaron Rodgers. But
Aaron Rodgers, do you know why I'm mad at him? Because he's talking about, oh, man, my boss, man, he sucks. My boss sucks too, Aaron. I don't get paid $40 million, though.
I think that he's getting.
And what pisses me off, he's abusing his power now. He's like, okay, you know what? I might just go do Jeopardy. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. That's so disrespectful to that franchise, to those fans, to say, oh man, if I don't get what I want, I'm gonna.
I would say, hold on. I mean, I would say this really. I'm gonna say this
very. If you're a Packers fan, you'd be pissed. I would be pissed if I was.
We have a friend named John. And he's a Packers fan. He's not that upset. But I'll say this. Really
John's not. Well, John is delusional. His quarterback is threatening to go play Jeopardy.
Can I say this really quickly? I think Aaron Rodgers. Don't cut me off when I say this. I think Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady felt the same thing in their scenarios. Felt the same thing. The only difference is what?
How so?
I think that they both felt like they were not being given enough responsibility, power, respect by the organization itself, if it wasn't from Bill Belichick or whatever. But I think the way that Aaron Rodgers is approaching it is completely wrong. And Tom Brady did it the right way. He just shut his mouth. He played, and when he was done, he left. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
I respect him for that.
He has a problem. I think Aaron Rodgers has a problem with the higher ups Brady had a
That's what I'm
problem with
saying.
the coach. Brady had a problem with the coach.
Yeah.
Kraft wanted him, but and there's like stories going around. If Bill Belichick said he wanted Tom would have re-signed with the team. You know, so I think Aaron Rodgers, you would be an idiot to demand a trade. I know you don't like your boss, but guess what? You don't talk to your boss in the regular season. You know who you talk to the owner. You know who you talk to, the head coach. You know who you talk to, the players.
Well,
You're not.
the thing is,
You know what I mean? Like if you're the quarter, you're not gonna be talking to the GM and the owner during the regular
well,
season. You're
I
gonna
mean,
focus on the
Bill
game.
Belichick is the GM of the Patriots.
Well, yes, but when he's talking when Brady's talking to Bill Belichick in the regular season, he's talking to the coach, not to the GM.
But he also, but Brady had problems with the personnel. That's what he had problems with. I think Aaron Rodgers has a problem
Did he
with.
though? I mean, maybe defensively.
I think offensively he wanted more weapons.
Okay.
But
I thought you were talking about offensive coach. I thought you were talking about coaches personnel.
no. I'm saying I think
he loves Josh McDaniels.
no. It's offense. I think offensively he wanted more weapons, and he
Yeah,
didn't get that.
Saw that team. You would have too.
Yeah, no, that team does not have weapons.
Yeah,
I can make the argument that
I'm
they
just
have the
frustrated.
least amount of weapons in the league right now.
Well, with Jonnu Smith and you know.
Oh, well, yeah, I forgot about their new.
We're talking about the previous 2 years.
Yeah, like
You
last
can make
year.
a serious argument.
Yeah, you
You
can
can
make
make a serious argument. Yeah, especially in the receiving end. But
so that's why I say good luck to, and
Aaron Rodgers, I
just
know you're mad. But where are you gonna go, bro?
you have unfortunately you signed the contract.
You signed the contract.
Unfortunately.
You signed it, and you didn't. Right? Did he not sign? And he didn't have a no trade clause, right? He doesn't have a no trade clause, which means they can sign him wherever the hell they want him to go. Do you really want to take that chance? Like there's rumors. Well, what if he goes to the Raiders? You really want to play with the Raiders?
No, I wouldn't want to play with that team.
You really want to go and play with that sorry ass defense?
No, I would play for the Broncos though. But I don't think the Broncos are that much better than the Packers.
In the AFC West with Mahomes.
No. I don't think the Broncos
and the Chargers potentially
again
maybe having a good year.
Again, I don't think the Broncos are that much better than the Packers. I just don't think even if you replace they're not. They're not better than the Packers. They're not. The Broncos are not better than the Packers if you.
You're saying not. I think the Packers are significantly better.
Let's just say if you put Aaron Rodgers, let's just say you take Aaron Rodgers out for both teams, you think that they're better? Like significantly? I don't think it's significant, but I think they're better.
If you're saying if you put Aaron Rodgers to the Broncos?
Yeah, like I'm saying,
they would be better.
Well, the Broncos would be better, but I'm saying I don't think they would be better than the Packers if you put Aaron Rodgers on the Packers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just think that they have more. I think Denver has more offensive potential.
If he goes to Denver, I think that first year they might go 9-7.
Oh no. They're going 11-6.
11-6.
Yeah, they're going 11-6.
With Denver,
they got their weapons are good, dude. They got Cortland Sutton, Hamler, Judy, Fant. Fant had a breakout season last year. Their running backs are. I mean, you don't need great running backs in this league. They have one of the best left tackles in the league now.
Whoa. You would like to. Well, Melvin Gordon. Is Melvin Gordon still on the team?
Well, Melvin Gordon's washed.
But he's still solid.
He's not. No.
Solid.
He's just a name. Now he's just a name. I'm telling you, he's just a name. He's not that good. But good luck to Aaron Rodgers. Good luck to him. But I want him to stay in Green Bay personally. I kind of want this thing to be
in Green Bay. You got the best possible team. You have the chemistry.
Yeah, sorry, you're not going to get traded to Kansas City. You're not going to get traded to Tampa.
Why would he want to get traded to Kansas City and have to fight for his job?
Well, no, but I'm just saying in general, like a team like Kansas City. There's no team like that out there for you, buddy. Like, I'm sorry.
We'll take you. I mean, New England, hey, man. Come to us, bro.
Yeah, they'll take you. And if it's not about football, if he doesn't really care about winning, he wants to just have power, then that's different. But then bro, you can go anywhere the hell you want. But I think he got jealous of seeing what Tom Brady did in 1 year. I think he wants that for himself. And I just think he's doing it the wrong way.
I mean, this is once again if the media just kept their mouth shut about Aaron Rodgers, and they try to push this Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers thing, he wouldn't have to feel this type of pressure. He wouldn't have to. He would just be living his life, doing his thing.
And
know?
I think Aaron
But
Rodgers and
it's
Tom Brady
always,
are.
I'm telling you, the media is the root of all sports evil.
Oh yeah,
They cause all of this, man.
they do for sure.
It's frustrating. I don't.
But that's how they make their money, bro.
Because well, yeah, of course. But you keep saying you said Aaron Rodgers and how he might have felt jealous with Tom Brady. He wouldn't have had felt jealous about Tom Brady if they never kept comparing them. But
Tom Brady, and I think this really quickly, I think Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. Obviously, I don't know if please, I hope you're smart enough to agree with me here. I think we both agree Aaron Rodgers is talented, better, but as an overall quarterback, that like
you can choose. I've been known this.
Yeah,
come on, man. Come on.
Okay.
Come on. Come on.
But hold on.
Aaron Rodgers more talented.
Okay.
Tom Brady got the ring.
But can you not always bring up rings every time? Hold on. I'm getting somewhere. So once
rings, bling. That's all that matters.
So once Aaron Rodgers, you can make an argument who's the second best quarterback in the league, Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady. I think it's between them two. Whoever you have at 2 is up to you.
Who do you have at 1? I got Mitchell.
Mitchell Trubisky. I'd rather have Donovan Mitchell than Mitchell Trubisky at quarterback, bro.
Is Patrick Mahomes the best quarterback in the league?
We're not gonna have this stupid conversation. You were just doing this because you're such a Tom Brady lover, and that's just you. And I really don't hate Tom Brady because he's done nothing to my life to ruin it. He's only brought me joy. So why would I hate a man that's brought me joy? He's arguably the second or third best. He's not better than Patrick Mahomes. You watch the game, he's not better than Patrick Mahomes. There's nothing that Tom Brady can do to tell me he's better than Patrick Mahomes is right now. He's not. He's just not. As a career, yes, he's much better than Caruso. Not
He won though. He won.
So did Mahomes last year.
Hey man, he played a Mickey Mouse team.
Oh my God. 49ers are a Mickey Mouse team.
Mickey Mouse quarterback, Mickey Mouse organization.
Okay, so then how about when what's his face beat the Rams? Beat the Rams 13-3.
Hey man. Brady made that throw. Did you see that throw? Did you see that throw though? Did you see that throw to
one throw?
That throw, bro.
I know he's.
Hey, who won MVP?
Julian Allen.
Oh, who threw to him? Hey, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ben Roethlisberger should have 2 MVPs then too.
I'm surprised he hasn't won one. I need to look at his stats in those Super Bowls. I'm surprised
Hines Ward. Antonio Holmes one just seemed like a meme, honestly. I mean, he played well, but I don't think he played better than Big Ben. Anyway, I think that's gonna end it here. I want to go watch the Utah Jazz game now because I really liked watching the Clippers lose a lot, and hopefully they lose tonight. And I think they're up now by a few points. I think last time I checked it was 21-25.
Yeah, Clippers are up at the end of 27-23.
Okay, so
we'll conclude by saying this. Clippers got to win tonight.
Definitely.
And Patrick, you need 8 rings to surpass Tom.
Okay.
All right, and maybe 9 if Tom wins this year.
Okay.
So good luck.
Oh, hold on really quickly. If he wins 8 rings, is he the best quarterback of all time?
And Brady stays with 7?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all. I'm glad that.
What do you want me to say? I already told you. I made it clear. Brady surpassed Montana and got that title.
Okay.
So,
all right. Well, everyone, see ya. Have a great night. Go Jazz.